Good morning, everybody. It's Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations. I'm going to step in front of you for a minute. And what I'm doing is I'm taping off this old hardware. If this was a newer door and some hardware that would like hold together, this house was built in 1944 and we've had nothing but trouble with this old mechanism. The other day when I couldn't get in the house, it's got these buttons on the side of the door that if one of those gets pushed, you cannot open the door from the outside. So that's why I couldn't get into the house the other day. That's why Scott had to break the glass in the back window, in the back door. So what he's done now is he epoxied that so it can never be engaged again. And so what I'm doing is I am taking little tiny bits of painter's masking tape and working my way around these fancy things, because there is just no way I feel comfortable taking this out, especially with Scott putting super glue or weld bond or whatever it was, epoxy, on that mechanism on the side here. But I want to get this front door painted, and I've got another project I need to get working on because I'm going to be in a hop at the beginning of next month, and I've got to get that project done this week so I can have that video just ready to go, as the next couple weeks I'll be down at the other house working on the yard. Excuse my messy hair. I did not take a shower this morning and my hair's been so dry and crispy. I've been trying to take a break from washing it, and so now it looks like crap. But there's not really much I can do about it until I wash it again, and I don't know. If anybody knows a really good product for an over 50 woman's hair to keep it from looking like, I don't know, scarecrows, let me know. Oh, awesome. Figures. Someone's yard person's arrived. I don't know if y'all want to sit and watch me do this, but I didn't get any Twinchies yesterday when I went down. But you know what happened while I was gone? To check the mail, and I had lunch with Scott and walked around down at where he works. A stupid insurance man came that I was supposed to talk with, and they took pictures and said they'd let us know if there's any issues. We fixed that back stair rail so it don't move now, and plus Scott added extra supports on it. Oh, I can't believe people. It's like they know when you're doing a video. I know this is about as interesting as mud, but this is the only way I can think to do this and get this painted. See how loose that is? I don't know. We'll see. And the paint my sister-in-law had that I did the cellar was from Sherwin-Williams, and it's a raspberry color. And so I knew I was going to need more paint, so we took it to Home Depot, and the girl did a color match of the Sherwin-Williams paint. And I'm going to do something in case somebody's really interested in that color. I'm just going to hold this up and you can stop it and get the code if you really like this color. If we can get it to, there you go. If you freeze it now, that'll give you a color match. I don't know if you can print it off and get that barcode to scan, but that's the color. It's kind of a raspberry. This is what it looks. No, this is not. That's the Sherwin-Williams paint stick there. It's hard to see. It looks darker than it is, but it's just a really pretty color. It's the color we put on the other house, which Uncle Jesse's other house is just 2 houses down. They had that one built in the 80s, and they lived in this one for years. before that. They probably lived here 40-something years before they moved down to that other house. So I'm hoping, you know what I'm hoping that all that noise is? I'm hoping it's the guys that are clearing the lines, and that they'll see our line to this house needs to be cleared, and they'll clear it for us. They're supposed to keep all the lines to the houses clear. I might ask them about it. If they come down this way and then they skip me, I'll chase them down. Say, look, you need to come clear our line. Because you know, back when we had that ice storm, I was so afraid we were going to lose power, and we did, because the ice load on the trees here can't handle a heavy ice load. It's just over with in no time, because these trees aren't, they're not sturdy trees like you see in northern territories. Alright, I'm almost to a point where I'm going to have to basically stand on my head to get to this. So I've been thinking about the videos that I make. I'm seeing in my analytics that most of the videos that are really watched a lot are the ones where Scott and I are doing things together. I don't really want to become just a vlogger, a vlogging channel, because I do like to share my crafts. So I'd just like for everybody that's watching to leave me a comment. What are your favorite videos? Do you want me to continue doing a variety, or would you like me to focus more on just vloggy type videos? Because I really do enjoy sharing my crafts, but if it's not what y'all want to watch, just give me some feedback. I'd be glad to keep up the mix, but if you'd rather not see my crafty videos, I'd like to know that too. Or if you'd like to see more of me and Scott doing stuff. I mean, we'll be doing a lot in the next couple weeks, and I can try to vlog it as we go. There won't be very much crafting going on next week and the week after, because we're going to be down at the other house. Well, Scott won't be that first week because he's got to work, but then his company's having summer shutdown, so he'll be down the week after the 4th of July. He'll be down 4th of July weekend, and then we'll just stay down. I was really hoping to have a whole bunch of meals cooked so he could just heat stuff up while I'm down there, but I don't see that happening. He's going to have to be a big boy and have to cook his own, I think, or go out to eat. So we will see. And my sister-in-law said she'd come and help me at the other house with painting and such. The garage needs to be pressure washed before we start painting. The bushes all need to be cut way back so that we can get the rest of the old trim board that runs along the roof line pulled off, because they don't do that anymore. They just use a metal drip edge instead of the wooden trim piece. So we need to get all that down, and Scott wants to paint before they install the new metal drip edge. So there's a lot of painting has to happen. I have a feeling my arms are going to be aching. I guess that's going to have to be good enough. We got a little bit here on the bottom. And I think I'm going to just take a piece and just kind of shove it down in there. So protect the back of this handle. And something I did that lesson learned, when I pulled the tape off downstairs, it pulled off some of the paint. So before I pull the paint off, I need to go around this with an X-Acto knife and cut the paint so I don't pull into it. That one I can almost rip in half. So that is why I'm doing this, so I can paint and not get paint all over. Although this hardware is already covered in white paint, because whoever painted it last didn't do something like this. They just kind of sloshed it around, which is typical. So I'll come back in a little bit, and I gotta go over this door with some soap and water too before I get too heavily invested in it, because I want to knock some of the dirt off before I paint it. There's no point sealing nasty dirt under it. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, as you can see, I got it painted. It's still just a little bit tacky, but it's about done. So this is just a little update from the cottage, and it'll be a surprise. I didn't tell Scott I was going to do it when I got home. I did have a few little places I'll take a small paintbrush and get in around that lock set, and then over here on the jamb a little bit. The back side of the door I think I'm going to paint white to go with the trim, that we're going to paint everything white in here. So anyway, that was it. Thanks for watching.